Recently, I made a video talking about how there's only one man who can save Ryan Poles. And I was talking about the possibility of Ryan Poles getting fired or getting extended at the time. Well, due to a recent article by ESPN's Courtney Cronin, we now know that Ryan Poles is more than likely going to be extended for sure to contractually align with head coach Ben Johnson. Welcome back to Bears Yard. This your boy Vipe. And in Courtney Cronin's article, it stated that the Bears do not publicly comment about the contracts of coaches and front office personnel, nor will Poles address whether he had assurances of receiving a contract extension when asked on Jan 7th. According to a team source with knowledge of the situation, Poles' deal runs through the 2026 season, and the expectation is he will receive an extension to align him with Johnson, who signed a 5-year contract with Chicago, a term that is common for first-time head coaches. So, Ben Johnson has a contract that goes from 2025 to 2030. Poles' contract goes through 2026. So, he is going to get a 3-year extension to align himself with Ryan Poles, since technically Poles has 2 years left on his current deal. So, Ryan Poles is expected to get a 3-year extension. But the question is, why? I have talked about why he should be fired. You all have made it very clear in my comments that y'all think he should be fired. But I want to make this video today to talk about why the Bears are keeping Ryan Poles. You're watching Bears Yard, your home of opinionated Chicago Bears talk Monday through Friday right here on YouTube. So if you don't want to miss an episode, hit that subscribe button. Number one, he fixed the cap. The Bears this offseason are scheduled to have around $69 million in cap space. Before Ryan Poles got here, that was not the case. We had old aging contracts like Khalil Mack and Robert Quinn and different things like that. And Ryan Poles had to fix the book so the Bears could have some cap flexibility in order to build through the draft and free agency and different things like that. And he thought about doing that. Number two, Ryan Poles, for everything that you said about him, he built a capable roster. All the expectations that we had last year for the Chicago Bears going to the playoffs and different things like that, obviously we didn't meet those expectations. But I would argue that we would have never had those expectations had it not been for the moves that were made by Ryan Poles. Everything from trading for DJ Moore and getting the Panthers draft capital to drafting Caleb Williams and Roma Doomsday to drafting Gordon, Bricker, and the other draft pieces that he put together in a way that he built the roster. He built the Bears to be a contender right now. And again, even though it didn't work out that way last season, that does not mean that the players still aren't in place this season for the Bears to go out there and compete in 2025. 3, he engineered the Panthers trade. And I know people were like, well, Viper, anybody could have done that. But Ryan Poles had to identify a team, a partner that he could trade with and maximize the returns on the trade. So not only did he identify the Carolina Panthers as a team that the Bears could trade with, he got DJ Moore, their first pick, and their second round pick, a couple of second round picks and different things like that. I don't remember the whole specifics of the trade, but at the time, it was one of the biggest trades in NFL history, and it still is to this day. And that, again, happened because of Ryan Poles and his staff identifying the Carolina Panthers as a team that could be a potential partner for a trade of that magnitude. Ben Johnson chose the Chicago Bears because of Ryan Poles. He talked about how he's going to be in lockstep with Poles and how he got along with Poles in the initial interview. For those of y'all who are not aware, as part of the Bears interviewing process, Ben Johnson, the first 30 minutes of the interview, he met one-on-one with Ryan Poles. So those two were able to build rapport and build a little relationship in that time. Not to mention that Ben Johnson didn't even go to any other teams to interview in person. Actually, he didn't go on any in-person interviews. He only talked to the Bears via Zoom and made his decision basically off a Zoom call with Ryan Poles and the rest of the Bears staff. So, as much as you poo-poo Ryan Poles, the Bears got the hottest head coaching candidate this cycle because of Ryan Poles and how the league views him. I told you all before, we fans might think of Ryan Poles as dog crap, but the NFL highly reveres and respects that man, and Ben Johnson just proved it to you. He literally came to the team because of him. Another reason why Ryan Poles is going to be here is because, again, Ben Johnson wanted alignment with the GM that he chose to work with. Alignment means, and I try to tell y'all, it didn't mean picking your own GM, but the Raider fans took it and ran with it. Shout out to y'all. But in terms of Ben Johnson, it means having the same goals and visions as the GM that you're going to work with. Also, you need to have contractual alignment with that GM, meaning that Ryan Poles and Ben Johnson need to have a working relationship that's going to last a long time. And you can't really have a relationship that lasts a long time if you don't get their contracts lined up. So it only makes sense for Ben Johnson and Ryan Poles to be on the same contractual timeline, which is probably the biggest reason that Ryan Poles got his extension. And I just find it funny because a lot of people complain about how the Bears, the reason why they don't develop quarterbacks and this, that, and the other, because they never have alignment between GM, head coach, and quarterback. Now you do, and some of y'all are still complaining. How? How is this a thing? Like, now you have contractual alignment with your head coach, your GM, and your quarterback. Because Ben Johnson, the other reason why he came here was because of Caleb Williams, obviously. This is the biggest reason why I told you all there was a very small chance that he would ever consider the Raiders because they had no quarterback in place. But the Bears had Caleb Williams, and because the Bears had Caleb Williams, that always gave them a leg up in the Ben Johnson sweepstakes. And again, I ended up being correct. But the Bears are now in harmony between GM, head coach, quarterback. So now let's see where it goes. And we're already seeing the fruits of that labor with the coaching staff that Ben Johnson is putting together. But extending Ryan Poles was always going to be the end game here. It always was the thing that was going to make most sense. And everything in this video is the reason why I just highlighted that Ryan Poles got extended. But Bear fans, let me know. Are you happy with the extension that Ryan Poles is rumored to be getting here, 3-year extension? Are you wishing that they would have fired Ryan Poles? But just be aware, if they have fired Ryan Poles, you might not have Ben Johnson. So think about your answer. Drop a comment. And if you want more opinionated Bears talk, hit that video right there.